Leon, don't mess with the Zohan.
Man, fuck the Zohan.
Yeah, when I heard Adam Sandler was going to be in a movie called Don't Mess with the Zohan, I thought it was going to be an alien attack or something.
You would think that. But no, nothing as far-fetched as an alien attack, just Israeli counter-terrorists who decides to come to New York and become a hairdresser.
Yeah, it is kind of science fiction itself, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
I thought this was going to be the next Star Wars movie or something. But yeah, no, it is funny. Like, yeah, alien attack, that would have been more real.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, man, I know I ain't want to see this movie because I don't like Adam Sandler movies. I mean, okay, I can't say I don't like all of them.
We've had our share of.
Sure. Like, we always fall back on The Wedding Singer. Mm-hmm. And I like 50 First Dates. Mm-hmm. And it just seems like whenever he teams up with Drew Barrymore and it's an actual romantic comedy, those work somehow.
We like The Waterboy too.
I never saw The Waterboy.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't.
You never saw The Waterboy?
I never saw The Waterboy.
Okay, well, The Waterboy was funny.
Was it?
Which you wouldn't think it is because Adam Sandler is playing a retarded guy, which he does in every movie.
And I hate that when he's doing an accent.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's no reason. I mean, I'm kind of mad you drugged me to this movie. Only thing I hate more than an Adam Sandler comedy is when I watch an Adam Sandler comedy and I actually end up loving it like I did this time. And I'm going, God damn it. Why am I keep laughing at this movie? Because it's Adam Sandler. I'm not supposed to laugh.
I know you like that kid who's sitting up there trying to be mad. Yeah. And somebody's like, you ain't really mad, are you? Come on. You know it's funny. And you like, come on, smile. Okay, Adam. Okay. All right. You got me. But see, and I thought the movie was gonna be bad too because come on, man. And it's not even 5 minutes into the movie. What does Adam Sandler do? He catches a fish between his ass, and I'm like, oh, here we go.
Here we go.
This old bullshit. But
it just almost like the minute he left the beach, because somehow he's on the beach being like some kind of super Jewish Fonzie or something. Well, I guess Fonzie was Jewish when you come down to it, but like an Israeli, Superman on the beach that everybody loves. And he's doing all this amazing stuff, but it's stupid. It's the same kind of lowbrow Adam Sandler stuff. But the minute he gets with the Israeli army and he becomes like the Zohan fight machine, it's actually a pretty cool movie. Like, it could have been like a serious movie about a superhero where it was actually pretty cool. Like, they had a good budget and some good special effects and some good action sequences. I was like, God damn.
No, it's Adam Sandler being a badass, looking like a homeless man.
Yeah.
He's got that afro and that beard going on. And he jumps out of that car and he does that Spider-Man thing, jumping from wall to wall and catching bullets with his hand. And
you know what, man? There was scenes where he was jumping from rooftops. It looked more realistic than Daredevil.
Yeah, no, that's true, man. I mean, they got a good stunt coordinator for this movie, but mostly it's funny.
Yeah, I mean,
and it's stupid, but it's still funny.
Well, the thing is, finally, Adam Sandler's hit on a movie that what I hate about these movies is that they lowbrow, they play to the lowest common denominator, and they run jokes into the ground, and it's still everybody loves them. Well, at least all the morons still love them. But finally, he's got a movie that like appeals to somebody like me, where I'm like, hey, you actually have some intellectual comedy going on in here, interwoven with all the stupid shit that I normally hate. Yet it's such a good mix. I'm like, hey, I'm actually laughing at the jokes I normally don't laugh at.
Yeah, and it's a pretty simple. Well, I won't say it's a simple story. The premise is simple. You have a guy who is a badass in the Israeli army.
Right.
I mean, he's pretty much the Israeli James Bond, except
with superpowers.
Except, yeah, he pretty much has superpowers. Yeah, I mean, they just don't say it. He's pretty much like a mutant or something. But he wants to secretly be a hairdresser, and he tells everybody he wants to do that. Of course, since he's so macho, everybody says, "Well, you're some kind of fagula."
Yeah, fagula.
Fagula. And so he just says, "Fuck all this Israeli killing stuff. I'm just gonna sneak away to New York and
fake his own death.
Yeah, and I'm gonna pursue my dream." So he wants to work for Paul Mitchell. He's sitting in his room with an old, like 1985 Paul Mitchell catalog. And he of course he goes, and the moment he gets there, he cuts himself a mullet and a flock of seagulls haircut and gets out there and puts on some of the gayest clothes, some hot pants and a hot pink shirt, and goes off and tries to like be a hairdresser.
Yeah. Imagine a disco shirt with Daisy Dukes and sandals.
Yeah. And then he goes off and he actually finds a job where it's crazy enough that he's walking around in these gay clothes and he wants to be a hairdresser, but then he gets a position at this salon where
A Palestinian.
A Palestinian salon of all things. His enemy.
Right. I mean, like while he's in America, he's telling everybody he's from Australia, not Israel. And yeah, he goes to work for the Palestinians cutting hair over there.
But yeah, it gets so crazy that he starts. You think he's gonna go in there because we can see where the movie's going. It's like, oh, he's gonna cut hair and he's gonna become a sex symbol, even with this crazy the style he has.
And he does.
And all the women want to do him, but it's all women over 50.
Yeah, he's a sex symbol to a bunch of old hags. Well, I shouldn't call them old hags.
You shouldn't do that, man.
No, that's wrong. They're just older women, much older white women who love having this guy who cuts their hair and has sex with them.
In fact, when I say 50, I'm being generous. We got some high 50-year-olds out there. I'm talking about like women 70 and older.
We're talking about no shit, Mrs. Garrett from The Facts of Life.
Oh, that's right. Miss Garrett, the actual Miss Garrett from the Facts of Life, who I thought was dead. And for all I know, that could have been her talking corpse in the movie. But yeah, he's doing all these women and it's all these old women. And then that's where the plot gets a little convoluted because all of a sudden people recognize him in the city as the Zohan and they want to take him down. There's another thing with John Turturro as this guy called the Phantom, who is pretty much his arch enemy.
His arch nemesis. So, like once they discover that the Zohan's in New York, the Phantom wants to come back and have the final showdown with him. And hey, now that we're digging in the plot machine, let's pull out the crooked real estate developer who wants to get all these shops out of the neighborhood.
Oh, we got to
build a mall.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, he wants to get all these shops out of the neighborhood so he can build a mall.
Yeah, it's the whole let's save the rec center story.
Yeah. So they got to fight this guy, and this guy's pulling in, rednecks pretending to be Palestinians to bomb the neighborhood.
It's crazy. And see,
it is crazy, but the craziness is part of what makes it funny.
But well, see no, it is the craziness of it all. I mean, because the movie's ridiculous. It's the same Adam Sandler ridiculousness that's in there. A lot of physical comedy. I don't think there was one fart joke in there though. That's a step up for him.
You're right. No, all the fart and shit jokes, because they even had a chance to do a shit joke and they passed on it.
And they didn't do it.
But these are all replaced with hummus jokes.
Yeah.
Now, if there's one place that this movie really falls down is like, okay, they make some jokes. I guess in the Middle East they eat hummus a lot. Not as much as they do in this movie, because he shows people, using hummus as sugar and stirring their glasses in it and just rubbing it on everything.
One dude, Zohan's dad, dips his glasses in the hummus and like sucks on the lens. So I was like, damn, these motherfuckers love some hummus.
And it's kind of funny if you know the culture. It's like, okay, let's make fun of this culture, but they do it too many times.
It runs into the ground pretty much.
Yeah, I mean that's Adam Sandler for you. Hey, if people laughed at it once, they'll laugh at it 64 times, right?
Yeah, of course. And what I thought the movie was funny, and I even thought that where the movie picks up, it gets a little deep. I mean, they actually have this anti-Palestinian Israeli war message in it. They're like, hey, we all cut this shit out and let's get together. See, here in America, you guys can just work right across the street from each other, but over there, you're fighting over a little strip of land. Right.
I mean, this movie it did what Chuck and Larry didn't do. Mm-hmm. Where Chuck and Larry was trying to hey, this is a pro-gay movie by having 90% anti-gay jokes, and at the end going no, we're pro-gay. It's like, no, you're bullshit. This is a movie where, hey, they're actually pull this off of hey, we're making fun of the Palestinians and the Israelis, but in a nice way. And at the end, this message of look, let's just stop fighting and put this to rest because it ain't helping anybody.
Exactly. And I did like the movie for that. I mean, it was really a heartfult message, man.
And it probably works because Adam Sandler while he's not gay, he is Jewish.
He is very much Jewish. Yeah.
And I got to tell you, from the Israelis I know, his accent is dead on Israeli. Like, it's not just Middle Eastern. It's not just Jewish. It really is Israeli.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's authentic too. The next thing I know, they're going to tell you Adam Sandler really did fight in the Israeli army. He really is Zohan. But
he came over here to make comedy movies.
yeah, exactly. But that's what all those subplots is what I thought kind of brought the movie down because the movie it's too long. It's longer than it should be.
About
I think.
10 or 15 minutes.
Really? Because I thought it was probably about 15, 30 minutes too long.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
I thought they could have taken some subplots. Yeah, I mean, and it's okay. I mean, that's a minor gripe of mine. Right. They fit in so many cameos in this movie too. Mariah Carey, Chris Rock. They got John McEnroe's people. He's always putting the movies too. Like the last
Kevin James.
Kevin James. We did the last movie with
John Turturro.
And,
and of course you get Rob Schneider. You can't have an Adam Sandler movie without Rob Schneider in it.
Rob Schneider.
I didn't mind Rob Schneider so much this time. He didn't feel like he was crowbarred into the movie.
He was funny.
He had a decent part.
Yeah, no, I agree with you totally, man. When he came on the screen, the moment he got on there, he was on that cell phone, the taxi. I was laughing my ass off.
Yeah.
Rob Schneider must have called, speaking of gay, he must have called Adam Sandler in a gay act because Rob Schneider is in every Adam Sandler movie. You know, Rob Schneider's like, Adam Sandler's probably like, look, man, I'm really going to do this movie alone. I don't care. What's this on my cell phone? Oh, you doing it doggy style with who? All right.
Okay, Rob, I'll use you this.
But but you know what really made me laugh in this movie?
Ooh.
And it wasn't even that big of a joke. It just told me something about Adam Sandler and probably a lot of people in Hollywood.
What's that?
Adam Sandler hates the shit out of Mel Gibson.
Oh my God! Yes, there's so many. It's funny because the Mel Gibson issues seem like it's almost dead now, but not to Adam Sandler. He is pissed about that because he makes so much fun of Mel Gibson. Not like where it takes over the movie, but just sliding those digs in ever so often.
Oh yeah, you know if Adam Sandler could be Zohan on anybody, he would kill Mel Gibson. He would snap that motherfucker's neck.
Well, you know what? I bet like a lot of people, Mel Gibson broke his heart. I'm sure he grew up watching The Road Warrior and Lethal Weapons and loved Mel Gibson, and to have that happen, and just like, man, this man is dead to me.
Well, think
tore
about
pieces
how
of his clothing when it happened.
Yeah, no, think about how we would feel if a cop came over and was ready to arrest Mel Gibson. Like, you a nigga?
Oh yeah,
yeah. We'd be. Jews are cool.
Shit, Kramer better not walk his ass up in here.
No, Kramer's. He might as well go hide with Osama bin Laden somewhere because you know Mel Gibson's house would have been burned down before he even got back home. You're like, what the fuck happened here? Yeah, Mel Gibson, what you think about that?
Too old for this shit?
Yeah, Danny Glover would have been out there in a moment, would have tortured his hand. But no, this movie, if it hadn't been for the length of it, I would have been more partial probably to full price. But because it dragged on a little too long for me and because of too much hummus, all the hummus jokes, I'm going to give it a very good matinee.
I got to tell you that, you know what, like the first 10 minutes or so I didn't think were funny. Was it 10? I don't know. Whatever. That very opening didn't think was funny. Too much on the hummus. Slightly too long. And yet, because of how much I was laughing in this movie, it's been a long time since I laughed that hard in a movie, I'm going to go ahead and say full price. Because I think it really covers the ground well of pleasing a lot of different type of Adam Sandler fans.
I'm Israel. You're Palestine. And that rating you gave is the Gaza Strip. I want you to change that. Actually,
for one of us to be Israel and the other be Palestine, we'd have to go like better than sex and some old bullshit.
That's true. We got to be the polar opposite. No, it's no. I have no argument with that though. I mean, I'm glad to see you give it that kind of rating. I thought it was surprisingly funny for Adam
I'm
Sandler
shocked
movie.
as hell because I know when I go tell people like, no, this movie's really funny, you're gonna be like, aha, that nice try. I'm like, no, seriously, it's a really funny ass movie.
Yeah, it makes me want to go back and watch 8 Crazy Nights again. And
no, it ain't that
good.
Ain't nothing that funny.
I want to see a sequel where Adam Sandler really does go after Mel Gibson as Zohan. Because you know something? Because I know I don't mean to take this review on so long. Here I'm talking about the movie, and I can just keep going. But I just want to say real quick, I really like that character, and I would not mind seeing a sequel with him.
You know what? Yeah, me too. I mean, just him doing something with that character. He could have. That's the thing. This movie could have been all about this character on his spy missions, and it would have worked, or at least an hour-long featurette or something.
And you know what's cool about it? Because Adam Sandler is not overacting in this. He's not being stupid. Zohan is cool. So yeah. Zohan is real collected. Zohan is fucking old women ain't freaking out over it, you know.
That's true.
And I like that about that character. But because in every other movie, in fact, I think that if Adam Sandler didn't have the right direct on this, he would have played Zohan like this. Oh, I want to kill somebody.
Well, see, that brings up an interesting thing because, like, I was like, damn. How is it that I'm laughing? I laughed my ass off at this Adam Sandler movie, and I hated all the other ones. Looked at the credits. Directed by Dennis Dugan. He directed all the other shitty Adam Sandler movies. Mm-hmm. Written by Adam Sandler. Check. Judd Apatow. I don't understand. Robert Smigel was the third writer on this movie. And I got to think, Robert Smigel, who does the TV Funhouse things on Saturday Night Live.
Doesn't he do what he does?
The ambiguously gay duo.
Does he do Triumph? The angry?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's the voice of Triumph, the comic dog.
So Triumph wrote this movie.
Pretty much. I got to figure it was his contribution that made this movie so funny.
Yeah,
and gave it an edge.
No. I was just. Hey, they right. Don't mess with the Zohan. I was ready to come in and be like, you fuck the Zohan. I ain't laughing at this shit. No, I was surprisingly pleased at this movie. So I'm glad we both liked it, man. Makes me want to give you a hug. Uh-oh.